အစစ်ဖြစ်သွားဖို့ပြောခဲ့ပါပြီ။အဲဒီအခြေခံရှိပြီးတော့သမာဓိဘိက္ခုနဲ့တရားမှတစ်ဆင့်ဆက်ပြီးတော့ပညာဘိက္ခုဖြစ်ဖို့ပေါ့လေဒီနေ့ဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့ရှင်းပြပါမယ်။
Sada says yesterday he has explained how to obtain the clear vision to see clearly all the true natures, following those teachings, practicing them gradually to have well-trained physical, verbal and mental states to destroy all sorts of defilements through practicing those pure dhammas. Among those pure dhammas, as the foundation, there is the moral conduct through which one can easily overcome the defilements of transgression to become real Sila Bhikkhu. Without having well-founded foundation, it is really difficult to become Samadhi Bhikkhu as well as Pannya Bhikkhu. So therefore, in the beginning, in the primary stage, all people who want to get rid of those suffering existences, they need to perform those precepts depending on which they can make further progress to become real Samadhi Bhikkhu and Pannya Bhikkhu. Today Sada would like to explain how one could be a Samadhi Bhikkhu as well as Pannya Bhikkhu, being well trained themselves in concentration as well as in wisdom.
အကျဉ်းချုပ်ဘုရားမြတ်စွာဘုရားကြားထားတာတော့ဣဒဘိက္ခုဘိက္ခုဘူတံဘူတတောပစ္စတိဘူတံဖြစ်နေတာရှိနေတာကိုဖြစ်နေရှိနေတဲ့ယုတ်တော်နံတော်အစုကိုဘူတတော့သူဖြစ်တဲ့ရှိတဲ့အတိုင်းပစ္စတိစိတ်အင်အားစုအပြည့်ဖြင့်ရှုတည်နေရမယ်တဲ့လုပ်ငန်းတွေပြပါတယ်
To develop the high-leveled qualities, there is a brief instruction given by the Buddha himself, such as Bhutang Bhutato Passati. As the word of Buddha, that means there is. What is the thing which is there? Buddha means all the aggregates which could be put in brief to call them mind and body. So in this world, as the existence, we have this physical and mental phenomena as mind and body. Those mind and bodies are there in our existence, which are there in our existence, that should be seen clearly as they are. Bhuta means as they are. Pasati means to see. So which are there in our existence, that should be observed, that should be clearly seen as they are. That is the instruction how to develop those higher mental progressing powers.
အထင်ရှားဆုံးဟာကိုထုတ်ပြီးတော့ပြရမယ်ဆိုရင်သိကြပါစို့ထိုင်ချစေကာလမမကနေပြီးတော့ထိုင်ချစေကာလဘုဒ္ဓဘာဘုဒ္ဓကြီးဖြစ်နေတယ်လို့ပြောတယ်အထင်စစ်စစ်ရမှာထိုင်ပြီးအပြုထိုင်ရင်ဖို့ထိုင်မှုနဲ့ပြန်နာရုပ်ပါဆိုတော့ထိုင်တော့မယ်အပြုပါပေါ့တရားထုတ်တဲ့ယောဂီပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်တရားပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ပဲဖြစ်ဖြစ်ပေါ့ဒီလိုတရားထိုင်တော့မယ်အပြုမှာရှိဦးဆိုတာထိုင်ရတဲ့စိတ်ကလေးတွေပေါ်လာတယ်ဒါဘုဒ္ဓပဲဘာဖြစ်လို့ပေါ်တယ်လို့ဆိုတော့မမရနေရတာသုံးဖို့တွားနေရတာညောင်းလို့ပေါ့နော်ဒါထိုင်ရင်ကညောင်းတာအကြောင်းလေးထိုင်ရင်ကအကျိုးတရားလို့ဒါမှမဟုတ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ယောဂီတွေအနေနဲ့ကထိုင်ရင်ကြလို့ပေါ့ဒီချိန်ကတော့ထိုင်ရမယ့်အချိန်ပဲဆိုတော့ထိုင်ရင်ကိုသိပြီးတော့စဉ်းစားဖို့ကြောင့်ထိုင်ရင်ကိုလေးပေါ်လာထိုင်ရမယ့်နေရာတော့ဒီထိုင်ရင်ကိုကြီးရတယ်ပဲအကြောင်းကြောင့်ဖြစ်ပေါ်လာတာပဲအကြောင်းကြောင့်ဖြစ်ပေါ်လာတယ်ဆိုရင်မျက်မှောက်တွေအနေအားဖြင့်ထိုင်ရင်မှုဖြစ်ခြင်းစိတ်အားအပြည့်နဲ့ရှိလိုက်လို့ရှိရင်အရင်နဲ့စိတ်ကလေးနဲ့နှောက်မှန်လေးရှိတယ်။ကြောင်းကြောင့်လည်းဖြစ်ပေါ်လာတယ်။အဲတော့မျက်မှောက်တွေအနေအားဖြင့်လည်းပဲရှိတယ်။အဲ့ဒါဘုဒ္ဓပဲ။အဲတော့ထိုင်ရင်နဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်စဉ်ကြောင့်ထိုင်ရင်အစဉ်စဉ်ဖြစ်တယ်။မမကနေပြီးတော့ဒီလိုထိုင်ပြီးတော့ချတဲ့အခါကိုကြီးကဤလေလေးတောင်းလေဟောတာဒါကြီးသင်ရှားပါအဲ့ဒါဒီဟာထိုင်နေတဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်ကြီးကြောင့်ပြီးထိုင်ရည်ဖြစ်နေတာဒီချာစိတ်အားပြည့်နဲ့ကတ်ရှိလို့ရှိရင်ဟုတ်လားတောင်းလေတင်းလေလှုပ်လေဤလေလေးလေဆိုတော့ထိုင်ရည်အစဉ်ကြီးညမုတ်ပြီးနေရာရှိတယ်အဲ့ဒါကိုဘုဒ္ဓထိုင်နေအပြုထိုင်ရင်မှုထိုင်မှုနှစ်ဖြာနာယုတ်ပါဆိုတော့အဲ့ဒါကိုဘုဒ္ဓရဲ့အဲ့ဒါလေးကလွယ်လေးအစပြီးတော့ရှင်းရအောင်
Sadhu says, if you try to get the example in your actual practice, suppose you are standing for longer period, or you are doing the walking meditation for longer period, and you want to sit after that. To have the action of sitting in your mind there is the desire to sit. You cannot stand still all the time. If you try to sit, try to stand all the time, there comes tiredness. When you feel tired, there comes the desire to sit. Because of that desire, the process of sitting is there. Whether it may be for the regular practitioners or for the ordinary people, if they pay attention towards the sitting act, there is the desire to sit, and there is the action of sitting. So the desire is mental process which is there as Buddha. And when you are sitting gradually from standing, with proper noting as sitting, 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 so your body goes downward moment after moment. There will be some kind of pressure, some kind of tension, some kind of heaviness, some kind of movement following in each and every noting. So bit by bit, the downward movement, action is there as sitting. So those actions are there as Buddha. So as the meditators, you have to see clearly all those things whenever they appear at the present moment while you are acting as sitting from standing. So the desire to sit also there as the mental process, and the process also there as the physical movement. But the physical process, one after another, arising, each and every noting. So the tension is there while you are making movement. Pressure is there while you are making movement. Vibration is there while you are making movement. Heaviness is there while you are making movement. Stiffness is there while you are making movement with each and every noting. And those physical processes are present at that time there. So you are observing the process which is present in each and every moment in your practice. And you also can understand how those sitting process are there, because there is the cause as the desire to sit. Because of that desire which arises each and every moment, one after another, and the process also follows together with that desire as the physical process. So in this way, the mental processes are the causes and the physical processes are the effects. You can see the cause and effect process also there. And that is why it is said, the practitioner or the person who want to see clearly the nature of physical and mental process, if they pay proper attention with their clear vision towards those phenomena, then they can see as they are at the same time.
In the Taide Kalama, Buddha Chete, Nana Yok, a young Yok Kipola, Kipo Vida, Yamobi Absent, Shini, and Nana Yok, anyhow. Say, Pied, Shumania, Bello Shua Paro, Buddha Dore, to chimney that I see that I should have. Penny Adama, Tansado of you, Tanya, Penny, she Tanya never. You hear Tansado, do Penny that Tansado, I will eat with a later. Tanya never. Very little. Tanya. Buddha shoot at me, Buddha shoot me, shoot.
So in the brief instruction which the Buddha described how to see clearly, to have proper vision, Buddha described the object to look at, to observe, and Buddha is there how to observe them. Buddha means as they are. You have to observe them as they really are there at that moment when you want to observe them. So Buddha is the way how to look at to that Buddha object, and to look them carefully. So you need to have all the mental forces to get the object as they are. So there are the whole mental process also while you want to look them as they are. If you don't have that kind of mental strength, mental power, then you cannot observe the Buddha as they are, or Buddha. So therefore it is necessary to look at them carefully at the same time when the objects are there. To look at them at the same time, then you need to use all those mental forces which are necessary to see them as they are.
Pannya shoot him about. Say a deep heavy shoot. Say a deep shoot Vince's Yoga out. Chokman to our Janga State. Who be who one? Some of them make 6 1 25 6 7. They will take it and yes, I do see one of Buddha chicken. Tiny now. Nana, you shoot green one. Malota. So near money. Chipola and a Jonas everything. Dunham TV, Shane at TV, shoe holiday, the holy one. But did you appear? I say it has it. China, China, I need to buy it to young as I will meet a resolution. Any form of secret, super secret. Kaka be a judge about it. Some of my name is a Any has a piece of money, don't you kid a guy? Give me a secret, we see that example. Buddha kid there, the war of our secretary on the secretary yoga resolution. Uriyaga Kilita, Chikun of Bero Chikun of Beda and Nineveh, Pelai, Pelai. They have a chin in the build and a Gilda, Pelai, Pelai. တတိကအဲ့ရှိမှတ်တဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်မှာကိလေသာမဝင်ရအောင်သူကအကာအကွယ်ပြလိုက်ဟုတ်လားကောင်းစိတ်အစဉ်မှာကိုကိလေသာဝင်မလာတော့ဗာကိလေသာမှဝင်မလာတော့ဒီတော့သမာဓိကအဲ့ဒီထိုင်ခြင်းသာထိုင်တာကိုဘုဒ္ဓဖြစ်တဲ့ရှုပွေးရှုပဲပေါ့အားလုံးအပြည့်စိတ်တွေကိုစီယုတ်ပြီးစုစည်းပြီးကြံ့ကျင်းမတော့ရအောင်ဒီလိုပြဲမဖြစ်အောင်စုစည်းပြီးအဲ့ဒီဝိရိယစတိသမာဓိစိတ်ဆွမ်းရင်သုံးမျိုးဖြစ်သွားတဲ့ခိုက်တာစဉ်းစားကြမှာဘာကိလေသာတွေဖြစ်နေလေလို့ဆိုတာပေါ့စိတ်ထဲတင်နေတဲ့ကိလေသာတွေဘာဖြစ်နေတစ်ချက်မှတစ်ချက်ပဲငြိမ်းသွားတာဆယ်ချက်မှဆယ်ချက်ငြိမ်းသွားတယ်ချက်တစ်ချက်မှအမှတ်လိုက်ရင်ချက်20ငြိမ်းနေတာအဲ့ဒါဟာဝိရိယစတိသမာဓိခေါ်တဲ့သမထသမာဓိတရားနဲ့သမာဓိခန္ဓာနဲ့ကိလေသာတွေပယ်ဖြတ်နေတဲ့Samadhi bhikkhu
So to observe those physical and mental objects as sitting, you need to have strong mental power. Without having those power, you cannot see clearly to those objects. You couldn't discriminate them clearly what they are. So therefore, to look carefully to them, to watch carefully to them, to observe carefully to them, you need mental strength or mental power or mental energy. There are three types of mental energy as the concentration. So at first you have to direct your mind towards the sitting process. Whenever there arises the desire to sit, so if you can drive your mind towards the objects or towards the Buddha, away the mental defilements which can easily arise if there won't be any mental effort. So the right effort destroys the defilements at that moment when the right effort is working precisely. If you have that mental power as right effort in your practice, then another mental energy also appears in your practice. Together with the balanced effort, there arises observing power or awareness to get the object clearly, persistently, concurrently at the same time. This is the desire to sit as the mental object, and this is the process of sitting. So your mind follows with physical and mental objects when there will be right observing power or the awareness in your practice. Because of the effort you are enabled to drive away the defilement. When again there comes another mental power as the observing power, at that time your mind is totally protected from the defilement. You will get security at that time. So the observing power is there to protect your mind not to have any kind of defilement arising in your mind until the power is governing there to protect you. So the right observing power will protect your mind not to arise any defilement. So one prevent the defilement, another protect the defilement. If your mind is free from defilement, there isn't any disturbance and obstacle in your noting. Another mental power follows together again as the concentration group. As the concentration, not the group, as the concentration. So when concentration will be there, your mind doesn't wander here and there. It will stay fixed on the object as the Buddha. Your mind becomes steady, firm, stable on the object. When your mind is steady, firm, stable on the object, there won't be any flickering state of mind. Your mind will be in really good condition to be out of the defilements. So in this way, when there will be these three mental groups as the concentration group, try to see yourself. To your mind, could there arise any kind of defilements? You have to give the answer no. There couldn't arise any kind of defilements. So therefore it is said, there are those mental groups as the mental powers through which mental defilements could be destroyed or drive away. And your mind will become clear and pure at that time. If you have those mental powers for one noting, and in that one noting you are free from defilements. If you have ability to note for 10 times your mind is free from all sorts of defilements. If you are unable to note them for 20 times you are free from those defilements. So in this way you can yourself clearly see how those defilements are easily destroyed when you possess real mental powers as the concentration groups. And during that moment you could be called the Samadhi Bhikkhu.
That's the Uriya Sati Samadhi say it strong in the body. Java a young Yavi, suicide, Jado, say in a repeat line. Secretly Tanchina, say Niki, kissing with her, Secretly Tanchina. Say Niki, kissing with a zero to be killed. I've never seen a dead on it. And I say, since should go and put down the year should be the same day. And I didn't know what it is coming here. You know, Tanya say, sing them over. King that guy needs to see. Of even, leave down the sun. Give the water to me and God, I need to see that the water will be. This is the Yamisi point. Buddha, the Yashima, the saying, Chinaka, the quite by Yavi, so Yamisi point. Chekuman Doja, Pasandi. Chekuman Doja, Yami Shido Puguruda, Pasandi. Pigo, she died, she died, Ninja,
Sayadaw says, when the yogis enable to possess all those mental powers in each and every moment, whenever there will be the Buddha object, physical or mental, they can clearly perceive those objects. Gradually they will gain another strength to have accurate noting and knowing. At the same time, when those objects are there, your timing and aiming becomes precise. Then there arises another mental factor as the knowing factor. When your timing and aiming is precisely falling on the object, you never miss the object with those three concentration groups. If you don't miss those objects, there comes precisely seeing the objects. Clear vision arises at that moment. Here is the desire to sit as the mental object. You know that mental object clearly, and after that the sitting process is there in each and every noting, sitting, sitting, sitting. At that time you can see how the sitting process falling downward bit by bit as the tension, stiffness, heaviness, movement, pressure, tightness, easiness sometimes. So in that way all these physical processes also could be seen clearly. Right understanding is there. And that right understanding is the clear vision. So therefore it is said, Chakkhumanta cha passanti. Those who have clear vision, then they can see all the phenomenal aspects clearly. So that is why all these processes are important. All these mental factors are important to see clearly each and every physical and mental processes, and to have clear vision on them without having all those defiling factors which are clouding your mind, clouding your understanding, clouding your visions. At first you have the clarity of your mind when you possess those three concentration groups. After that you will have clear vision to get another types of understanding through which all sorts of powerful defilements could be destroyed. So in this way Sayadaw says, when you possess all those mental powers and you use them at the same time, when the Buddha object will be there, you can see them Bhutato as they are. Then you will become the Chakkhumanta, those who possess the eyes, as the wisdom.
အဲ့ဒါဘုရားနဲ့ချိန်လာခဲ့နာနဲ့ရုပ်ပိုင်ပိုင်ရှားရှားကြီးတည်သွားပြီဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အမှန်တိုင်းသိရတဲ့ခုနဘုရားဘုံမှာပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တ attva အစွဲပေါ့လေအနုတ္တိယကိလေသာပေါ့လေဒါလည်းအပြတ်ရှင်းပလိုက်တာချိန်ပိုင်းပေါ့အပြတ်ရှင်းပလိုက်တာအဲ့ဒါဒီကပညာသိက္ခာနဲ့ဒီတာအနုတ္တိယကိလေသာပဲဖြစ်တဲ့ပညာသိက္ခာပေါ့
Because of the clear vision in your each and every noting, you can clearly understand the process of physicality and mentality with clear differentiation. There won't be any kind of wrong vision at that time. You are free from those wrong visions and wrong ideas. When you are free from wrong vision and wrong ideas, momentarily you are destroying the dormant defilement or dormant impurities through those clear visions or proper understanding of those physical and mental processes.
အဲ့ဒါရှိမှပါများတော့ဘုရားကိုနာနဲ့ရုပ်အနေနဲ့ပေါ့လေရှင်းရှင်းလင်းလင်းကွဲပြားတည်သွားတဲ့တည်သွားမှုဟာရင့်ကျက်လာတဲ့အခါဒီနာနဲ့ရုပ်တရားအညောညာလိစိတဆိုတော့အချင်းချင်းအားပြည့်ပြီးတော့အမိပြုတ်ပြီးတော့ဖြစ်နေတယ်ဆိုတာလည်းအတိအချင်းတော့အမိမိတန်တော့တယ်ဒီထိုင်ထားတဲ့ခိုက်တာမှာထိုင်ခြင်းစိတ်တက်တယ်နဲ့လည်းပဲထိုင်မှုကိုဖြစ်နိုင်ပြီးတော့ရုပ်တက်တယ်နဲ့လည်းပဲထိုင်ခြင်းနဲ့စိတ်မပါဘဲနဲ့လည်းမဖြစ်နိုင်ထိုင်ခြင်းနာနန္တရားနာနာသိစားပါထိုင်နာကရုပ်တရားဒီအချင်းချင်းပြီးတွဲရမှာထိုင်မှုကထိုင်ခြင်းမှုအကြောင်းပြုပြီးတော့ဒီထိုင်ခြင်းမှုဆိုတာလည်းပဲထိုင်နေရုပ်အစွဲပြုပြီးတော့လည်းပဲပြီးတော့ဖြစ်တာပဲဒါထင်ရှားနေတာဥမာအပြင်ဗာနဲ့တူလဲဆိုတော့မျက်စိကန်းတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်နဲ့ရှိတော့မပါတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ကိုတွဲနေတယ်မျက်စိကန်းတဲ့အဲ့ဒီပုဂ္ဂိုလ်တယောက်ဟာတဏှာဘာဝတိကိုစုံတွေ့ကြတယ်စုံတွေ့တော့အခြားတဏှာသွားလို့ပေါ့လေတယောက်ကစတယ်အကျိုးကအကန့်ဘယ်နဲ့လဲမောင်ကန်းဘုတ္တနိယမှာတော့စားရတော့ဆယ်ပေါ်တယ်ဆိုရင်ဒီမတော်ဘူးလားပေါ့ဟာမင်းကမပြောရည်လားမင်းလည်းခြေတော့ပါတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ကမင်းလည်းမတော်ဘူးလားအေးဟုတ်သားပဲပြီးတော့တို့နှစ်ယောက်ပူးပေါင်းပြီးတော့အဲ့ဒီနေရာသွားကြဆိုပြီးတော့ဥတိုင်နေတယ်ဥတိုင်နေတဲ့ခါကျတော့အကျိုးကအကန့်ကအကျိုးကမိမိပခုံးမှာတင်ပြီးတော့လမ်းသွားလို့ဖြစ်တာပဲအကျိုးကတော့ခြေောက်မပါလို့မတော်နိုင်ဘူးအကန့်ကတော့မျက်စိမပါလို့မတော်နိုင်ဘူးတို့နှစ်ယောက်ပေါင်းလိုက်တဲ့အခါကျတော့အကျိုးကအကားပုံမှာရောက်ပြီးတော့လေဝဲလာမလိုက်နဲ့နေရာလာတော့ဒီနားမှာသူတို့ဒီပါပြင်းနေပါလိမ့်တိတ်ဆက်တိတ်ဆက်ရှိတယ်လို့သွားစားတယ်အမိပေးတာအဲ့ဒီအမိပေးတော့လိုတဲ့ခီးစီသူတို့လူကရောက်သွားတာပဲဒါလိုပဲစိတ်တက်တယ်လည်းပဲခေါင်းကထိုင်အစဉ်စဉ်ဖြစ်နေဘူးရုပ်တက်တယ်လည်းပဲစိတ်မပါဘူးလည်းဖြစ်နေတာဒီခုပေါင်းလိုက်တဲ့အခါကျမှအညောညာလိတိတာဆိုတာဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ထိုင်နေတဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်စဉ်နဲ့ထိုင်အစဉ်စဉ်ပြီးတော့ပြည်ပြီးတော့ဖြစ်နေတယ်ဆိုတာပူပြောပြီးဖြစ်နေတာဆိုအဲ့ဒီနာယုတ်ကတပါအခြားအပူတွေမပါဘူးဆိုတာပေါ့အဲ့ဒီဘောပေါက်နားလည်မှတော့ရှင်းရှင်းလင်းလင်းပြတာ
Sada says, as much as you try to develop those understanding with proper practice, using all those mental energies in your practice, more and more clarity you will gain in your understanding. You will have more sharpening vision to discriminately look at towards those physical and mental phenomena. Before that, you may think everything could be done whenever you think, but actually it is not so. Only one object cannot do anything, only one process couldn't create any object. There should be helping process together. Suppose if you have only desire to sit, if you don't have body, how you could sit? If you have only, say, the body as sitting, if you don't have any desire to sit, you never can sit. So therefore, there will come the understanding because of this desire as the cause, and because of the process of that sitting, the sitting process is there as the Buddha. If there won't be desire, and if there won't be sitting physical object, there couldn't be any action as sitting. So there is the mental object as cause and the physical object as the effect. So in this way, clarity will come more and more. And apart from those two phenomenal aspects, there isn't any other second or third aspect to activate the sitting. Sadhu gives an example. Once there met two persons. One is blind and another is crippled. One hasn't got legs, another hasn't got eyes. And the cripple said to the blind one, I have heard there are some places where you can get plenty of food. We want to get the food there, then we should combine together. Get on my back, said the blind to the cripple. And the cripple ride on the shoulder of the blind one, and the cripple ordered him, here is the uneven ground, don't go that way, follow this way, there are bushes, don't go that way, follow this way. So in this way, both they went together and reached to the place where they could get the suitable edible things. If there won't be blind to carry the cripple couldn't go to that place. And there won't be cripple, if there won't be cripple to order him to go this way and that way, then the blind also couldn't go there. So therefore, both of them, when get together, they could fulfill what they want to obtain. In the same way, in our life also, if there won't be mind and there won't be body, there couldn't be anything. When they get together, then something is there to gain and obtain. As the existence, and apart from those two phenomenal aspects, there isn't any other third aspect to order them and to make them act. That vision will become clear to you as much as you try to follow all those mental carrying all those mental factors and walking on those right paths.
To Kaise Karama Nanayo Boli changing in your Nitita Jamshi to Kinijara, Yamoto in the Ashi, Suda Popo, Pamisha Tina, to Toara, Yata, Leda, Eddie Titan, Nana you do any. Twami, Twajim, Twamu, Nayo Pasa, Twara, Jiwaro, Lano, Charo, Jiwa, Kaitan, Siglini, Nanawoli, Sinsin Sin, now Twamu Sin, Lamu Sin, Chamu Sin, I Yadoma, Yachim Sin, Yam Sin, Toma, I don't know, the near about ear was later, legend, a sick singing, playing, singing, Eaboma, Levy, new people, Jado. Eaboma, a big levy, a kama, legend, a sick singing, play with singing Eaboma, sons of the king. I didn't know anything. Also, the king, engineering, also, to die. Which I did it wrong, to kill it, that Toale, Tomo, Toale, Nan, and Sally, Yate, Lady, Sally.
The Sadhu says, as you observe in the sitting moment the process of mentality and physicality in each and every moment while you are noting gradually as sitting. In the same way, while you are standing from sitting at the time also, there is the intent desire to get up from your sitting. And when that desire arises one after another, there will be the process of standing. And each and every moment when you are making movement for to stand, at that time there also will be lightness, heaviness, tension, pressure, vibration, all those physical phenomenal aspects in your noting. So you can see in standing also there are two processes, physical as well as mental. Without those two processes there couldn't be any standing. While you are walking at that time also there is the desire to lift your foot, arising again and again one after another. Because of that desire to lift, so you lift your leg up and up and up. And again when you already lift up your leg, there will be another desire to move forward. So because of that desire you are making the movement as moving. And after ending the movement there comes the desire to placing. Because of that desire, gradual process of physicality also arising one after another as placing. So in that way all these movements are there as the physical process because of the desire arises in your mental process. Whatever you do, these two processes are following together. Again, while you are trying to lie on your bed, at that time also there is the desire to lie down. Because of that desire, lying, also shifting process of your body is there to flatten on your bed. And while you are lying on the bed, At that time also there is the desire to lie. Because of that desire, so you are lying. And noting of lying is there. So in this way, all those processes are there because of the physical and mental process working together. And if you pay proper attention and if you note them carefully, using all those mental forces, then you can see clearly them as they are. So there is the object as Bhuta, and you have to see them Bhutato as they are, through which? Through the wisdom eyes.
လက်ချီအကြောင်းရှိလို့ပေါ့ဒီကိုယ်စေကာလစံစေကာလတို့မှာလည်းပဲကိုယ်မိပြီးကိုယ်ခြင်းကိုယ်မှုနဲ့ဖြတ်နာရုပ်ပါဆိုတာကိုယ်ခြင်းနာတရားအစစ်စစ်နဲ့ကိုယ်မှုရုပ်တရားအစစ်စစ်စံတဲ့ခိုက်တာမှာလည်းပဲစမိပြီးဆန့်ကျင်မှုစမှုနဲ့ပါဖြတ်နာရုပ်ပါဆိုတာတဲ့ဆန့်ကျင်တဲ့နာအစစ်စစ်နဲ့စမှုရုပ်အစစ်စစ်ကိုတောင်းနေတင်းနဲ့ပြေရှားလိုက်စတယ်ပေါ့ဒီကလေးတွေအမှန်သိစားပါ မျက်တောင်လေးခတ်တာမျက်လုံးပိတ်တာဖွင့်တာအစပါလေနာနေပြီတွဲနေတာပဲမျက်စိဖွင့်ပြီးတော့ကြည့်နေလို့ရှိရင်ကြားတော့တောင်းလာတာအောင့်လာတာပဲမျက်တောင်ခတ်ခြင်းနဲ့စိတ်ကြီးပေါ့မျက်တောင်ခတ်လိုက်ရော့သွားတာအခါပဲနေလို့ရှိရင်တင်းလာတယ်အောင့်လာတာလေခတ်ခြင်းလာတာခတ်လိုက်တဲ့ခါကျတော့ရော့သွားတာလေဒါမျိုးပေါ့မျက်စိပိတ်လိုက်ဖွင့်လိုက်စားတယ်ပိတ်ခြင်းဖွင့်ခြင်းနဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်ရောက်ပိတ်ဖွင့်အစဉ်စဉ်နေပါပြီအသေးပွဲလေးတွေကအစပဲ နာနေရုပ်တွဲပြီးတော့ပြနေတာလေဒီချာဆုဆိုင်လိုက်မှလို့ရှိရင်တကယ်မျက်မှောက်တွေ့နိုင်တဲ့အရှိတော်ဖြစ်တော်အရှိတော်တွေ့နိုင်တယ်မြင်နိုင်တယ်အဲ့လိုမြင်တော့လေဒီထဲမှာနာယုတ်အဖြစ်အပူအတ္တမပါဘူးဆိုတာပေါ့ဒီညာနဲ့ရှင်းသွားတာပဲအဲ့ဒါမြင်ရတယ်ပြောပါတစ်ခုတော့ကြပတ်စံပြီးဆိုညာမျက်စိအမြင်ရှိတဲ့ပုဂ္ဂိုလ်ဒီကမြင်နိုင်တယ်ညာမျက်စိအမြင်ရှိဖို့ကတော့ စိတ်အားအပြည့်အဝနဲ့ပေါ့လေသူကြောင့်လည်းထားပြီးဆွေးနွေးဆိုတာရှုရအောင်စိတ်လေးဆူဆီးပေးနေတယ်အဲလိုဆူဆီးပေးနေအောင်လည်းပဲဘယ်လိုလဲကွာဒီကအခြေခံနဲ့ပြည်တယ်
Sadhu says, so that is why all the yogis who want to train their mind, they have to try to observe each and every moment whatever they do. So while they are lifting, they have to pay proper attention on that lifting process, as lifting, without having any additional thoughts. While they are making movement at that time also, moving, precise noting should be there in the movement. And while placing will be there, placing. All the time mind should follow together with the physical process. Then there will arise the clear vision and right understanding. Not only in such processes, even in another processes also you have to pay same attention. While you want to bend your hand, at that time also there is the desire to bend. You cannot keep your hand all the time stretching out. You have to bend it when you get tired. So there will be the strong desire to bend the arm or to bend the leg. So while the desire arises, because of that desire, there the movement comes as bending. If you try to note the bending process each and every moment, there will be the movement, there will be the pressure, there will be the softness, heaviness, hardness, all sorts of things could be there, so you can see clearly them all. Because of this desire, the bending process is there, and each and every process there are phenomenal aspects is there, so in this way the clarity will come. And you cannot keep your hands and legs all the time bending, so you should have the desire to stretch out. So the desire to stretching will be there, and you want to stretch them, and you try to stretching through proper attention, you have to note the stretching process. Then only you can see clearly what is going on at that time while you are stretching. If your mind is wandering somewhere, then you cannot note them precisely, and you cannot get the understanding. So therefore all those mental forces should be there, followed together with that noting, stretching, stretching, stretching. Even when you are winking your eyes, at the time also there is the desire to wink, wink, wink. And because of that desire, so your eyelid is fluttering, winking, winking, winking. So in that way, all those activities are there because of the mind and body processes together working. Apart from those two phenomenal aspects, you cannot see any kind of I there, you cannot see any kind of person there, you cannot see any kind of being there, you cannot see any kind of self there, you cannot see any kind of soul there. That clarity will come through your own practice. Then, as Sayadaw has said, Chakkumanto cha passati, those who have clear vision through the practice, a clear understanding, then they can see clearly all those things as they are. Sayadaw says, well, the hour is already completed. Let us stop the discourse for today.